Hi. Good afternoon. Thursday, the week is almost over. All right. So today we'll need a bolster, a strap, a block, maybe a blanket. And today we still are working on the playful child energy. We're gonna work on the heart center because that's where the child is living and residing, hopefully, still there. If not, we're gonna bring him out if he's hiding too well in the basement. So we're gonna start with the heart opening meditation. So sit up comfortably. Maybe you can sit on your bolster or your block. Just get some easy cross-legged position. It's called Sukasana, which means easy sitting pose, but sometimes it's not so easy. So use the props if you need them. All right, so as you sink those sits bones into the floor, start to lengthen the spine as you inhale. Do a few stretches, a couple of movements for the neck and shoulders. Just kind of noticing where they are, releasing any tension that may prevent you from sitting still. Close and open the eyes, shift the gaze. And then we'll rest the hands on the top of the knees and start to lengthen the spine with each inhalation. And maybe one time as you inhale, shrug the shoulders up. And then as you exhale, drop them back and down. And allow your palms to be open on top of your knees. As you inhale again, make sure the spine is long and the chest is open. So maybe we need to draw the shoulders back more and lift up through the rib cage and open up the heart center. Take a deep breath and hold the breath in the body. And then exhale smoothly and softly from the navel. Expand. Release that old stale air. And the intention here is basically to move the headquarters of our system, of our body system, from the head to the heart. And we live so much into the head, into the mind, into our thoughts. It gets uncomfortable and restrictive. We get tensed, we get anxious. We get tired of our own thoughts, of our own energies, because we tend to recirculate them over and over. And a thought creates a feeling, and a feeling creates an emotion, and emotion creates our day-to-day experience. So we're gonna drop this energy of the head, which is sometimes based on comparison, on judgment, on, oh, doing more, you can do more. It's always wants more because it's based on the ego. So ego is never satisfied. Always wants you to do more, to be more. Oh, you got to 10, maybe you get a 10.5 next time. Or you accomplish this project. Oh, why couldn't you do a 1.5 in the same amount of time? It's always based on more and on pushing, striving, achieving. And that's good to some extent, but to the extent that we take it sometimes, it's very detrimental to our own being. So as we drop into the heart doesn't judge, it doesn't compare, it doesn't have the shoulds and the don'ts and the coulds, or you could do more. The heart is just simply observing, staying open, and it's loving and compassionate. So that's why when we are in love, we really feel only through the heart. We don't see the faults of the person, we don't judge them. But after a while, when the love fades away, because sometimes it's infatuation, it's not love, then we start to see the person differently. Oh, you could do this, you could dress like that, you could walk like that, you could eat your food like that. So we start to judge, we start to add things of the mind to the situation. And then we suffer, the relationship suffers, and everything kind of collapses. So as we bring it more into the heart center, we can live more peacefully into ourselves. Because the worst judgment that we have is actually towards ourselves. We judge and compare ourselves with even yesterday, with what was 10 years ago, with what the other person did or the neighbor did. And we struggle and we suffer. So we can have a choice. Next breath, bring that breath into the heart center. As you hold, start to feel the heart opening. And sometimes we do have many walls of protection around the heart, because this little child that lives inside the heart maybe was hurt at some point. And he's afraid, and he's hiding deep inside. I'm just going to tell it that it is safe right now, because we are the older version of that child, and we can protect it now. Maybe imagine yourself as you're 5 or 7 years old, when your ego wasn't quite formed yet, and you're seeing the world with very genuine eyes, with openness, with joy, with no judgment or need to change. And try to see through the eyes of that child. Look at yourself through those eyes, looking from inside out. Looking with curiosity at the splendor of the world around you. The trees, the forest, the sun, the moon, the mountains and the seas. Whatever you see, it's a mystery. It's the splendor of the universe. And you observe it with a sense of awe and thankfulness. The sounds, sights, the smells. You just take in everything. And you enjoy everything that you see and do. See yourself maybe jumping rope or swinging or playing your favorite game with your friends or alone. You really feel that joy inside of that child and bring it back into your heart now. Send some love to this little child that was you. Accept it as it is. Give it a hug. Love yourself. When we love ourselves as we are, which is hard to do for our judging mind. But for the heart, it's not hard. For the heart, it's really easy. The heart only knows to love and to have compassion. Breathe again into this little child that was you. Smile. Look down and see the size of its feet. How tiny were you? What is the longest memory you have of yourself? The very first memory you have of you as a child. And as you see this child, make it even smaller and bring it into your hands, like you're having this little version of you, and you support it into your little hands or big hands. And bring this little version of you back into the heart with the right hand and left hand on top. And let it come together with the adult version of you. Let them merge. Let them come together again, reuniting, being happy, embracing each other. And breathe in that energy of joy and openness and freedom and curiosity of the child. And also that spontaneity that our little children have. And allow yourself to feel that again in your life. What is it that you can do or be or not do or not achieve? Just simply be in that presence of the child. Maybe reading a book under your tree in the backyard, putting your legs up the wall and reading something or stretching or playfully getting the hose and getting your feet in the pond, whatever that may be. Do something for you this week, this weekend. That reminds you of your child self. And smile to this child for once more. And make sure you let it know that it is safe and protected. Now you are connected with it once more. And you are one. All right, release the hands. Let's transition to a beautiful stretch for the neck first. Bring the right hand underneath the right sit bones here. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale as you lengthen. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. So gentle stretch here, allowing the gravity to pull our head. Very slowly, very gradually. And breathe as you allow these meridians of the arm and neck to lengthen. You will feel the stretch all the way from the wrist and palm to the base of the skull here. So first, we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee. Take a little bit of a diagonal move here into the upper left side of the body. But keep that right side just like it was. Then bring this left hand and grab your tricep here and put a little bit of pull action. Keep the length though, and just activate that arm a bit more as your head stays dropped to the left. Deepen the breath. hold the breath. Just feel where you need that energy of the breath to go. What is the most intense, the most constricted or restrictive area right now? Send it right there. And as you exhale, release and relax that energy of tightness. With the next breath, bring in some more energy. Hold it at the top. Dissipate it, spread it around throughout these areas at the base of the neck, maybe, or under the skull. And now walk that hand a little bit further up, right on your shoulder, and pull down as you lengthen the arm up. So you put a little pressure and you pull down to kind of create a little pressure, a little massage action into this stiff, tense area right at the base of the neck into the shoulder. So you almost want to squeeze your fingertips into this backbone you find there, that shoulder bone. And you put some pressure in, like you're creating a nice little pressurized action, and then drop the elbow down to activate. It's causing an action of acupressure. It's not acupuncture because we don't have needles, but we have hands and we can cause some pressure through the tips of our fingers and release this area a little bit more. So take 2 more breaths as you do that. Breathe right into your fingertips there to lessen that tension, to dissipate it, to allow it to transform and transmute. All right, now we're gonna release that and bring the left hand back and around and grab your elbow from the back end. Realign the spine, get nice and tall again, and stay with that left ear to the left. And now we will drop the chin slightly down towards the left side, looking at your left shoulder or your left knee. A little bit different activation here. Make it gentle and kind. And breathe and allow the time to take effect. To allow you to feel more freedom, more space, more mobility in this area of the body. When energy doesn't flow, it becomes stagnant, obviously, and that can cause disease, malfunction, dysfunction. Because this is basically means it comes from ease. Ease means everything's good and it flows. And this, if you add this in front, it becomes dis-ease. So we don't want to be in dis-ease. We want to be in flow and ease and comfort and joy as much as we can. And we can always come to the mat and create those changes in the body. Okay, lift the head back up and release that arm from behind you. Come back to center and take notice. See how you feel, just noticing both sides. This side may feel warm and relaxed and flowing. Heat may be coming out. It's a good release. This one may feel like it's pulling on us, right? So if we notice that, well, now we need to do the other side. So drop the right ear towards the right shoulder and bring the left hand underneath the left side from the back to the front, sliding the palm under. Okay, and bring that ear just gently. Align the spine first. You want to be aligned through all the vertebrae. The neck is on top of the thoracic and the lumbar vertebrae, aligned like a string. of pearls. Let's imagine these vertebrae, little pearls stacked on top of each other from the tailbone to the crown, and imagine that string being pulled up to the ceiling. So you're nice and tall and aligned, and then allow that left side to open. We'll start to walk that right hand to the left knee first. Take those long, deep, soothing breaths, noticing the places that that energy is needed. And bring that right hand to grab that tricep right there. Keep the arm long and just pull it to the right a little bit. As you keep that length. All right, now bring that hand back behind the shoulder with your fingers pushing into the back of that bone you find there, squeezing in. Let that breath be long and deep. Allow the energy to be released and transmuted. Opening up the flow here. Circulation of blood, of energy, of chi. That needs to go from the head to the neck, through the body into this arm. So opening up some new pathways so we can feel more alive, more energized. One more deep breath. Hold it at the top. And exhale. Release that hand and bring it back and around, grabbing your elbow from the back. Realign the spine. And keep that ear to the right shoulder. And stay here a bit, getting used to this position. Finding the point that's most restrictive, most tense. And allow it to open gently. Bringing the energy of the breath and your kindness and compassion from the heart. And now bring that chin towards the right shoulder a bit. Addressing a little bit diagonally here. One more meaningful deep breath. Open up some more space. Right, and release. Bring the chin back to neutral and release the arm. And take a moment to let that circulate through the body, noticing the changes. We'll come down to Shavasana for a second. There was some deep work we've done there. So come to your back. Let your legs be open. Get your hands on the heart and one on the belly. Just feeling your energy, feeling your heartbeats, feeling your breath rising and falling. And allow your body cells to have a party, to dance around, to jump, to be happy. Okay, release. Bring the feet in a little bit. Bring the knees together and the feet to the edges of the mat. Lift the arms up overhead in a cactus pose, actually. So your elbow and shoulders are aligned. And let your back of the palms to drop towards the floor. If you feel one arm being a little bit more resistant, create some movement in that. Bring that elbow down towards the body as you slide down, and then inhale as you slide up. Just create a little bit of movement on the one side that may need a little bit more opening. Exhale, bring it down to the hip and up to the head. And then let it be back to neutral, wherever it is. Maybe you need to rest it on the block if it's still tight. Let's take a few breaths here. And let's move the head to the right. Just looking over your right arm. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring the head back. Exhale, drop it to the left. Allow your low back to be neutral. Maybe it touches the floor all the way from the tailbone to the back of the head. And bring it back to center. Release the arms for a moment and stretch them up above the head. Palms touch, lengthen and stretch. And bring the knees up towards the waist and rock gently side to side. And now bring the hands to the knees. Squeeze the knees towards the body. Come still right in the center. And then release the hands to the sides and allow the knees to circle to the right and in and to the left and out, creating a big circle. And reverse direction now. Very slow, very smooth, very gentle movement. Allowing that lower back to lubricate, to open, to receive some energy. Bring it back to the chest and gently drop to the knees to the left, wherever they want to land. If they don't want to go all the way down, use your blanket or your block to rest them on. So it's a supine twist with both knees. So right arm will extend out to the right, out of the shoulder, and head will lean to the right. If you want to help those knees to come together, bring your left hand on top. And breathe in this diagonal line of energy in the body. Supine twist. Activating the back body, traveling through the front of the leg, side of the hip. And start to notice these lines of energy you are creating. Connect to the breath and surrender into the posture, dropping in, being an observer with curiosity from inside out. Notice how it is to be this hip or this latissimus muscle that's stretching right now. Maybe you want to be in the arm as well. Acknowledge all the body parts involved and send them your thank you, your gratitude, your love and compassion. Learning to love our bodies as they are, right here, right now. If you feel you're comfortable and this pose is easy for you, you can stretch the top leg out, create some length in the back of the leg. This will activate the sciatic nerve. And do this only if that feels right for you right now. If you're really flexible and it still feels easy, bring the left hand to grab the right toes. Your head is still to the right. Deepen the breath and stay connected. Stay curious, stay open. If you tend to restrict or contract, you went too far, so release and ease up a little bit. Just find that comfortable, sweet spot where you can enjoy and feel the benefits. 2 more breaths here. Now let's go ahead and bring that right knee back. And then the head. Come back to neutral for a moment. Bring the hands to the belly, knees together. Just take a couple of breaths, realign in the center. Finding yourself in neutral position before we move to the other side. Soothe yourself with one more breath. Exhaling fully. Bring a smile to your face. Connect with that inner child again. And let's playfully and curiously create a pose on the other side. Drop the knees to the right. Left arm extends to the left and bring the gaze over the left fingertips. Right hand can come on top of the knees, allowing the hip to open a bit more. And find that comfortable edge where you can find stillness. Connect with the breath and surrender into this beautiful pose. If you'd like to add more stretch in the back of the left leg, stretch it out long. And maybe your right hand pulls from underneath the knee. Or eventually, if you can reach to the toes, you can grab your toes in your hands. And let's bring some fluidity in this left arm. Lift the arm a little bit and just act like you're flowing or swimming or gliding through the air. Slow, gentle, wave-like movement from the shoulder through the wrist. Like you are flying through the ether. We're going to stay here a few more breaths. Reassess, realign, readjust as you need to. Noticing the openness of the lymphatic flow in this left armpit, the pectoralis muscles, the heart itself, the left lung, all the way under the rib cage and above the hip crest, through the back and side of the left leg, the sciatic nerve, the TFL. Last breath here. Bend the knee, bring it back. Bring the head to the center. And realign the spine very gently. Bring the legs out very smoothly, just to allow the spine to realign in neutral. Arms can be to the side at this point. Very nicely open, palms up. And allow your body to reset. Come back to neutral space. Soaking in the fruits of the practice so far. All right, bring the left knee in with a foot on the floor and right leg goes up. Grab from behind the right leg. Flex the foot to the sky and point. Point and flex a few times. And then move the foot side to side. And circle the ankle. And circle the other way. Good. And now let's allow this left knee to come up 90 degrees and bring the right foot in front of the knee. Then grab behind your knee or in front of the knee, whichever is comfortable. Then open the right hip in this figure 4 pose. So you can squeeze that knee towards the body as far as you're comfortable. You want to feel a nice open stretch on the right side outer hip. We are activating that piriformis here, the pathway for the sciatic nerve. Very nice open pathway here. You will help the sciatic nerve stay happy and transmit energy down the leg without any restrictions. And we want that sciatic nerve to be super happy, because when that nerve is happy, we are happy too. If you want to play more here, you can bring the leg up and then get the hands behind the calf maybe and pull it in towards you more if that's what you need. But again, find your edge and see what feels good. Exploring, having that curiosity of a child, just see where you want to take this pose or where does it want to take you. Just be open and receive and allow. Surrender to the breath and allow the benefits of the posture to embed into your system. Allowing this stretch to go deep, as far deep to the bone marrow, to the very center of your being. Breathe into your heart, bring that compassion again towards yourself most of all. We tend to forget about ourselves. We always share and give, and we forget to receive. Release that grip and allow that leg to come down. And now bring the right foot to the floor, left leg up. Point and flex. Activate the back of the leg. Circle around. And now bring the right knee up 90 degrees. And bring the left foot across. Find that comfortable figure 4 that you may be able to enjoy. Notice what the body needs here. To readjust, to reassess, back off, or go further, wherever you feel like it's beneficial right now. All right, 2 more breaths on that side. And release that side, please. And we'll transition into the last pose of the day with a big bolster that's gonna be under our shoulders, under our backs. And the feet will go on the block in front of us. So first we're gonna situate the feet on the block, because we're gonna lock them in at the ankles so they don't collapse to the side. So create a nice tie around your ankles and then put your feet on that block, horizontal or vertical, whichever way you want. So they can be slightly elevated. This is nice to have them tied down so you don't have to worry about them wanting to sway to the side. So it kind of keeps them snuggled up like a little baby in the old way of tying the baby, But we're not gonna do the whole body, we're just gonna do the feet. So we come back into that baby energy. So we feel like supported and snuggled up and loved and taken care of. So if you still have another bolster, bring that one under the knees and then roll back onto your bolster with your arms on top of the bolster. And when your head drops down and it's too much, let me know if you need more support under the head. You may need a block there too. Anybody needs a block? It's just gonna be really open chest and neck. But if it's too much, let me know, I'll get you another block. Italy, you're okay? You need a block? I think so. How about you? Blanket is fine, yeah. All right. So you're gonna have those arms open, like you're Jesus on the cross. You really open and receive, but you receive this inner child. You receive this energy. You stay open and free and vulnerable, but strong and curious like a little child. Yeah, try that. It's better. Let me put the blanket on top of it. Then you're better. Okay, there you go. Okay. Baby, you're okay? Okay, good. Anybody needs a blanket to stay nice and warm now? You're good. How about you? It looks like you got a jacket, but let me put some on your feet. Let me put some on your feet too. There you go. Oh goodness, yeah, that feels so good. Jane, you need a blanket? Okay, good. All right. Enjoy this pose. Focus on the heart center. Your heart is so open now. Breathe into the center of your heart, to the center of your being. Be with that inner child. Be with yourself. Love yourself, support yourself, take care of yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge everything that you are. Your intellect, your mind, but that's not everything. Acknowledge the body, all the body parts. The internal organs that work for you 24/7. Give them some thanks. Be grateful that your heart beats 24/7. How miraculous that is. You don't have to lift a finger and it all happens. Your breath happens on its own. Your hormonal system works by its own. Your circulatory system, your nervous system, digestive and elimination. All those beautiful organs, they know exactly what to do and when to do it. Be grateful. Acknowledge even any negative emotions that might come up. They are okay. They just want to be seen and accepted. We cannot deny what is the truth. If we deny reality, we fight against it and we struggle and we suffer and we don't thrive. We barely survive. We waste so much energy on that. So accept, allow, abandon what comes through that doesn't serve you. And come back, relax and breathe and be you. And just as a child, we have to always start fresh and new. So I'll read you a poem I wrote on April 2nd this year. It's called Start Anew. Today ended, tomorrow is coming. Go on, open the windows of your dreams. Life has multiple seasons. Change always happens for a reason. A new beginning, a fresh look at a new season. A time to reinvent yourself and erase any doubts. Trust that you can succeed. You have the potential to exceed. So take a deep breath and go. Enjoy it, even if it's slow. A season ends and a new one is here. Don't you ever lose your smile. Positive attitude will bring success in a while. Go on. The world awaits the magnificent you. Show up, stand up, rise up, and be you. Everybody else is taken. So why not just be you? Tell yourself great things. The mind listens to your internal dialogue all the time. Choose your thoughts wisely, make them positive, make them great, make them beneficial. Tell yourself, I care for you, I love you, I thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Because we've done things sometimes against our own soul, against our own heart. We don't need that forgiveness from ourselves to lighten the burden in our soul, so we can be free and light and enlightened. Enlightened means only that we drop from our mind to our heart. The path to enlightenment is really that short, 5 inches or whatever that is from the brain to the heart. So let's choose this path away from the monkey mind, dropping into the core of our being, where the soul resides. True you, the inner child, the being that is pure and unique, amazing, and divine. Claim that inner child energy in you. Bring it back to the light. And enjoy its freedom, its curiosity, its spontaneity, and its infinite joy for no reason. Just because he's alive and he can see and feel and think and smell and do. Enjoy being reconnected with this inner child. Bring a smile to your face. Big smile in your heart. Big smile, the corners of your lips, the corners of your eyes, and a big smile in your brain, letting those happy chemicals naturally provided by your system invade your being through the brain cells, through the body cells, in the smallest unit in your body, dissipating light, freedom, and joy, energy, and lightness. Lightness of being, purity of being, expression of divine power in ourselves. Enjoy in stillness now. Start to slowly move your fingers and toes. Open up the eyes, look around with curiosity. Bring that smile back. Start to move the body. Whenever you are ready. If you're not ready, that's okay. Take your time. You may stay here for as long as you wish, making sure you fully enjoy the new possibilities opened up to you. Checking with your arms. Make sure they can fly just like wings. I'm sure they can by now. Just feeling the lightness throughout your being and enjoying the serene and peaceful heart. This energy of the heart of the child. Stepping away from the self-imposed boundaries of the mind. The mind is limited, the heart is not. So let's choose to live more in our being, more in our heart. The heart's energy can expand 30 feet out of us. It can be expressed so far. The mind can only get us very little. When it's needed, but most of the time, we don't need the mind to be our boss for sure. So come back slowly, getting your feet out of the bind. And we'll come back to sit and feel our new energy. Let your heart feel expansive. Also, you lift it up. Feel one more time. And look at your knees, at your legs. Touch them with curiosity and love. Look how great your body looks. So you have a heart and legs and hips and toes. And bring your hands to heart. Saluting this new energy of the inner child and that energy of lightness in each and every one. Namaste. And come back to this state. It's going to be available if you have time at home. Do it again and again so you get to grow more into your inner child.